Okay, moving on to the FA Cup this weekend. You've got non-league Macclesfield. What do you know about them? What sort of game are you expecting?
I know the manager's very experienced. He's been around a long time, and he knows the game. He's a good coach. They've got some good experience in the team. Whittaker, who plays in their midfield, could probably play higher. Sampson up top. Holdroyd's always a threat. I like what they've got with some of the youth, with McCref on the right side. He's a danger as well. Centre half, they've got McComb, they've got Pilkington, Byrne. So they've got good experience in the team, mixed with a bit of youth. They play at a good energy, very organised. They mix it up at set pieces, so it'll be a tough game. I've watched them at Chester last week, and I've watched 2 of the games as well on Wyscout, and it'll be a tough one, especially when you take into consideration the fact they're the underdogs now, and there's less pressure, there's no points to play for, but we've got to make sure we just do what we do, which is just concentrate on performance.
When you played non-league football in your early days, how important is it to a non-league club to play a league club?
Yeah, it is a couple of reasons. One, it's a scalp for them. One, it's to start and get some momentum for him. Big thing financially. Financially, it'll put some money in Jon's coffers, so he can then build and probably strengthen for the rest of this season and try and get himself back into the playoff places. I think they're 10th now. When I watched them, they were 5th, but I watched them, the Maidstone game as well. They were unlucky not to come away from that with something. So I thought there would be a tough team. We've got to be properly foot on the metal for this one to not come unstuck.
I mean, we say non-league, but really, I mean, they're just below the Football League. A lot of the players now are full-time, aren't they, that play for some of these clubs? Does that make a big difference? Yeah,
it does, because then there shouldn't be any fitness issues. It won't be on that. When I played non-league, it was proper non-league. I was training probably one night a week for Winsford United, and there was a massive gulf then. But I think from a physical side, I think it's quite similar now. But we have to try and make our class pay, especially in the final third with some of the technical players we've got. But very, very difficult potential banana skin for us, and we won't underestimate Macclesfield at all for this game.
Just staying on non-league for a second, because you had that experience. Do you look, when you're looking for potential new players to come and join your club, do you look for that non-league experience? Does it make them a different player or more appreciative of what they get if they do become a professional player? Well,
it did with me. From my experience, I was very hungry, and I'd done incredible jobs, from grave digging to cleaning toilets and packing shelves and freezers in Asda and Superdrug. So I've done a lot of jobs, and that's what made me hungry to be a footballer. It was my dream. I don't think there's quite that hunger now with young players. It's the way society is, isn't it? But of course, it's for them. There won't be any anxieties, and that's dangerous, because suddenly they'll play with a little bit of freedom, and that brings them to our level in a way. We just got to make sure we cope with that expectancy of being the league team. But my players can handle that. My players do it week in, week out, and very professional, and their application is great. And it's a danger, but it's one that we're ready for.
When you're 12th in League One at the moment, just 3 points off the playoffs, where obviously ideally you want to be fairly soon. So how important is the FA Cup to you still, or is obviously trying to get in the playoffs the priority?
No, my priority is winning the next game. I want to win as many games as I can, and I'll be judged on my win percentage at the end of my tenure. So I want to carry on this run. We've lost 1 in 10. I want it to be 1 in 11 come 4:45 on Saturday night. Because that's what I want to be. I'm a winning manager, I'm a winning mentality personally as well, and my players are that. So I'll be challenging them. Go and show Macclesfield players what you're about. Let them come off the pitch thinking, God, they're a good team. They work hard for each other, and that's what makes a team, and hopefully that's what will come out on top on Saturday.
Well, do the players still, because obviously in years gone past the FA Cup, it was fantastic. It was a family day. We all sat there on a Saturday from when you got up at breakfast till when the final whistle blew. That sort of disappeared over the last 10, 20 years, really, hasn't it? So do the players of this generation's players, they still understand the romance of the FA Cup?
No, I don't think they do. I think it was my generation when I was a kid, and you're right, it was when there was 3 channels on the TV, and I was watching Liverpool from an early morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, having breakfast, and you get to know the players as well, and it was a great tradition. That's gone now. A lot of the players now are non-English in the Premiership. They don't really understand the tradition of the FA Cup. But it's up to me as a manager and my staff to really keep pushing home the fact that if you've got a chance, some of them might not play at the top level. I may never manage at Premiership level, but in 3 games' time, I could be at Anfield pitting my wits against Jurgen Klopp. And that's what the players need to think. Just 2 games later, you could be at the home of your childhood team and trying to outdo them and outplay them, and it also put you in the shop window for managers to look at, and actually you can play at a higher level. So of course we're always being judged, but let's go and give ourselves a chance to play one of the big boys in the third round.
And are you the type of manager that would take the opportunity when the cup comes around to change around your first team selection a little bit?
No, I'm playing this as if it's a league game. When I was a player, I just wanted to play football. Doesn't matter if it's the FA Cup, Checker Trade Trophy, League. I want to play games and get as many appearances as I can, and hopefully I've got players who want to do that, and I'll be picking a strong team as if it's a league game on Saturday.
Right, just coming on to players. First of all, updates on Reece Flanagan. He's obviously recovering. He reported that offered him a contract or an extension. Is that right, Reece?
Reece, I said they will be, so I'm going to speak to him over the next couple of weeks, because we always said if he applies himself right in the gym, and he's the reports from my medical staff and from me viewing it as well, his attitude's been outstanding, and he's still been an important part of the squad even though he's not been playing. So I'll talk to Reece over the next couple of weeks and see if we can sort something out for more long term, so we can relax a little bit and concentrate on getting back playing this year.
And Patrick McLean on trial, is that right? Is he doing what?
Yeah, I've seen him for one day. Seen him on Tuesday. We were off yesterday, so he's in again today. I'll be having a look at him today and tomorrow, and then if okay, I'll probably put him in next week and play him against Burton for our under-23. So it's one possibly for the future, but it's early days yet. But he come highly recommended, and I quite like the look of him as a player. So we'll see how he does over the next couple of days before we take it into next week as well.
And just finally, you must be pleased now how the team really are gelling, and they're your team and your players, and everything's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I think the important word in that sense is team. I think we all have a value and everybody wants to play, but I think the players who also are not on the fringe or not in the squad still have a value to me and still have a value to the team, and they'll all be used over the next coming months, and I've got to try and keep them all happy. Very difficult, but I can only be honest with them, and that's what I try and do.